I want you to picture something for a second. You're doing everything right. Tracking your food, showing up to the gym, sleeping when you can, staying consistent, and for a while it works. The scale moves, your clothes fit better, you feel lighter, stronger, more in control, and then it just stops. Not because you quit, not because you slipped up, but because your body decided it was done cooperating. You didn't fail. Your body switched modes, and the truth is, it wasn't responding to what you ate last night. It was responding to how safe it felt overall. And if your body doesn't feel safe, it will fight fat loss with everything it has. This isn't about willpower. It's about biology. And once you understand how your body interprets threat versus safety, everything about fat loss starts to make sense. So here's what most people don't know. Your body doesn't care about fitting into your jeans or feeling confident at the beach. It cares about one thing: survival. And to your body, fat is security. It's stored energy, a backup plan, insurance against uncertainty. When your body feels safe, fed, rested, and stable, it's willing to let go of fat. But the moment it feels threatened, stressed, deprived, or unstable, it holds on tight. And sometimes it even stores more. The problem is, most women are unknowingly sending their body threat signals every single day, not through lack of effort, but through the way they're training, eating, sleeping, and managing stress. And your body doesn't distinguish between real danger and perceived pressure. It just knows something feels off, and it reacts accordingly. Let's start with the most obvious one: extreme calorie restriction. When you dramatically cut calories, especially for weeks or months at a time, your body interprets that as scarcity. And scarcity is a threat. So it slows your metabolism, it downregulates your thyroid, it reduces your energy output, it makes you feel colder, more tired, less motivated to move. And it does all of this to protect you, because in your body's mind, food is scarce and it needs to conserve every ounce of energy it has left. This is why crash diets feel like they work at first, and then completely stall out. You're not broken. Your body is just doing exactly what it was designed to do under threat. Then there's chronic stress. And I'm not just talking about work deadlines or arguments with your partner. I'm talking about the stress that your body feels from undereating, overtraining, poor sleep, constant mental pressure, and never giving yourself permission to rest. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. And cortisol isn't the enemy. It's actually protective in short bursts. But when it's elevated all the time, it signals to your body that something is wrong, that resources are limited, that you need to hold on to everything you've got. High cortisol also increases cravings, especially for quick energy like sugar and carbs. It makes your body more insulin resistant. It encourages fat storage, especially around your midsection. And it makes fat loss feel nearly impossible, even when you're doing everything else right. Your body isn't being stubborn. It's responding to a chemical environment that says, this is not the time to let go of stored energy. And here's the part that surprises most women. Overtraining can create the exact same response. You'd think more exercise would always mean more fat loss. But when you're training hard, every single day without adequate recovery, your body experiences that as stress, physical stress, and it responds the same way it would to any other threat. You become more fatigued, your hunger increases, your sleep suffers, your performance drops, and your body starts holding on to fat because it thinks you're in some kind of prolonged survival situation. This is why rest days aren't lazy, they're strategic. They're the signal your body needs to know that it's safe to adapt, recover, and let go of what it doesn't need. Now let's talk about inconsistency. And I don't mean missing a workout here and there. I mean the cycle of restricting hard, then binging, then restricting again. Eating very little during the week, then overeating on weekends. Going all in, then falling off completely. Your body doesn't know how to interpret that pattern. It just knows that food availability is unpredictable, and unpredictability is a threat. So it compensates by holding on to more fat whenever it can, because it doesn't trust that the next meal is coming. This is one of the biggest reasons women get stuck in the restrict-binge cycle. It's not a willpower issue. It's your body trying to protect you from what it perceives as an unstable environment. So what does safety look like to your body? It looks like eating enough, not just enough to lose weight, enough to function well, recover properly, and support your activity level. Your body needs to know that food is abundant and consistent. It looks like managing stress, not eliminating it because that's not realistic, but creating space for rest, sleep, and nervous system regulation. Your body needs to know that it's not in constant fight or flight mode. It looks like training with intention, not desperation. Strength training that builds muscle and control. Cardio that supports your goals without draining your system. And rest days that allow your body to adapt and repair. Your body needs to know that movement is sustainable, not a form of punishment. And it looks like consistency, not perfection. But steady, repeatable habits that your body can trust, because trust is what allows your metabolism to stay active, your hormones to stay balanced, and your fat loss to continue without resistance. Here's what this means practically. If you've been eating very low calories for weeks or months, you may need to eat more before you can lose fat effectively again. Your body needs to feel safe enough to let go. If you've been training 6 or 7 days a week with no real rest, you may need to pull back. Add in more recovery. Sleep longer. Let your nervous system reset. Because sometimes less is what creates more progress. If you've been stuck in the all or nothing cycle, you may need to focus on building consistency first, even if that means slower progress at the start. Your body needs predictability before it will cooperate with fat loss. And if stress is running your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental, you may need to address that before anything else works. Because no amount of training or dieting will override a system that's stuck in survival mode. This doesn't mean fat loss is impossible. It just means your body needs the right conditions. And those conditions aren't about doing more, pushing harder, or restricting further. They're about creating an environment where your body feels safe enough to change. Because when your body feels safe, everything shifts. Your metabolism stays active, your energy improves, your hunger stabilizes, your cravings calm down, and fat loss becomes something your body cooperates with instead of something it fights against. So if you've been stuck, frustrated, or confused about why nothing seems to be working, this might be why. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do under threat. And the solution isn't more discipline, it's more safety. Let's train like a mad queen.